We all know Microsoft from Windows, or maybe Office, or Copilot infamously. But what about wine? No, not that wine, but this one. In 1995, under Microsoft Home line of product, Microsoft tried to appeal to wider consumers, including wine enthusiasts, excluding me because I'm not of age and my belief forbade me. But we're gonna check out Microsoft Wine Guide. Although it can be installed on Windows 3.1, which you can see later why, I'm gonna use Windows 95, as it's what it was designed for. When you enter the CD, it will directly show the Microsoft Home splash screen and install the application in the background. It can be indicated by the Microsoft Wine Guide window here. And there you go! Heck, even there's an intro music! So why there is Wine Guide? Well, that's because of Microsoft Home. What's Microsoft Home? Basically, it's a line of software introduced by Bill Gates in 1993 that brings multimedia to personal computers. With Microsoft Home, they made plenty of software variety that took off during the Windows 95 era. But not long after, they start to reduce the prices for software and phasing some out by 1998 due to the rise of World Wide Web. When they say they bring multimedia, they mean it, like so many of them, including this wine guide. Alright, back to the wine guide. The interface is image heavy, as you will see later in the program. Some of the images can be listened to as video by the video icon.
Hi, I'm Oz Clark. Welcome to the Microsoft Wine Guide. I want to show you the glittering showcase of wines the world contains today. And it's a world that's open to all of us. It's no longer necessary to be well-traveled or rich or well-connected to catch a glimpse of the glorious flavors wine is capable of. There's never been a better time to be a wine drinker. There's never been more good wine around to be tried, and it's never been as affordable as it is today. So please, use our guides to expand your experiences and horizons, and your pleasures, in this, the golden age of wine.
Oz Clark, which fortunately is still alive today and still writing things about wine. Seems like he's a very wine person, eh? But in all fairness, the use of motion video in applications are quite common during those years, such as Winway Resume for software, Wheel of Fortune and Phantasmagoria for games, largely due to the massive adoption of CD-ROM in the 1990s and its massive storage upgrade from 1.44 megabytes provided by floppy disk to over 600 megabytes provided by CD-ROM. And that's the most likely reason why developers insert motion video storage. Well, not to fill it with sloppy, unoptimized code and a bunch of dependencies. The window layout itself is different from the normal Windows 95 window, and there are several options at the bottom of the app, which we'll take a look at later. Back to the main window, the small icon overview brings you information about what's this program and what's in it. And there is MW, which stands for Master of Wine. Well, sounds like a made out degree, but it's a real qualification, not degree, from the Institute of Master of Wine in the UK. Next, World Atlas of Wine gives you various locations of specific wines. For example, in Austria, there is a wine from this area called
Neusiedlersee.
From the page, you can click on certain text to navigate through different topics. There is also in code selected wines option to display wines originated from that area. Either it's your normal wine or the expensive wine. If you ever want to discover the 20-year-old knowledge of wines from around the world, this part is a really good one to explore. Another part of this section provides you with annual vintage reports as well as vintage charts to let you know how good a wine from certain year is, from worst to best. This next part is still relevant to you if you ever want to start drinking wine. Wine tasting with us. Yeah, there are many topics you can start on, ranging from basics like the type of glasses.
Having the right kind of wine glass does add to your enjoyment of wine. The kind of glass that flatters, say, champagne may not do much at all for a fine red Bordeaux.
And opening the bottle.
This is the basic corkscrew design, and the one thing all corkscrews must have is a generous helix, one that you can slide a matchstick up and down like that.
How to taste wine.
The single most important contribution to the flavour of a wine comes from the grape variety from which it is made.
To manners for drinking wine from specific regions.
The acidity is still there, but with the acidity, there's rather peachy, warm, ripe, peachy fruit there.
So far, the use of image navigation and interactive video guides is really helping older people who happen to have computers on and buying the software. Its simple and explorable nature to read and navigate through is really interesting to see. But we don't really use this type of interface nowadays in modern software. Instead, it is more associated with web pages. Next, in All About Wine, I'm interested in the winery topic because it features the chronological timeline interface that is still scrollable and clickable. Each pictures and text inside gives you more information about it. But I am still interested by the use of this interface, which can also found on Microsoft Encarta. Still in All About Wine, you can look for what wine is appropriate for the food you want to eat. For example, chicken or turkey soup is better consumed with wines that are medium weight and dry, apparently. Well, don't believe me? Well, these are all the foods you can match the wine with. Again, I don't really understand wine. I just see this from the interface perspective. Well, but it's good to know some things about it. Lastly, your typical encyclopedia. This time, again, it's about wine. Like everything related to wine. It is categorized by letters, and you can directly go to the next or previous pages by clicking the arrow button on the bottom right corner of the window. If you want to switch to the next or previous letters, the alphabet is right there at the bottom of the window, just above the options bar. Speaking of the options bar, there are general navigation options you can use. First up, the wine selector. This is used when you really want to specify what wine suits you the best. You can select the region, the grape variety, the wine style, and others. From the same window, you can add your wines to the custom list to look up for later. There is index for, well, index and find for finding. Oh yeah, remember when I said that this software can be installed on Windows 3.1? Well, in the Find tab on Help, you can see that the window layout is really Windows 3.1. I think I might want to try that in the future. Who knows? But anyway, Wine Guide is one of the software that Microsoft made to appeal to more people. Basically, more money. But I can't find further information about this software's future back in the day. What I know is that this software didn't last long, especially with the World Wide Web. But hey, if you want to shine yourself some wine knowledge that's over 20 years old, well, this is the right one for you.